these two forms you're going to use just depending on what the question gives you. What do we call this form?
Intercept form.
Yes, so if the question gives you the x-intercepts.
Standard general.
Yes, but more specific.
General.
More specific. It's got another name, general or vertex. So it just depends which the question gives you. It's either got to give you the two x-intercepts or it's got to give you the vertex, so that will determine which equation you use. Method for the first? Hello, Mr. Tacky.
Very well.
Yay!
It's going very
I
well.
heard he was down in the...
Hey, Mr. Tacky.
We're talking to you.
Okay, what are you talking about? Our friend.
This one?
No,
Not this one.
no.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, in the.
Teacher code, don't you love it?
What's going
Really?
on?
Yes, the ghetto.
Oh no, I got you.
Yeah.
In the TV show.
He's in the office. Yeah, yeah.
Talking in code.
Yes, in the
TV
the
show?
TV show.
Oh no, yeah, I thought you would get that one.
I did after I said it.
Wait, what's going well? Is there a thing coming up?
No, well, actually, there will be on the 29th, but no one's talking about it yet. So, oh, how cute! Oh.
Oh, ask her what the name is. Ask her its name.
No, you're gonna cry in my face.
Ask her the name.
What's the baby's name?
It might have just been napping. Chubbs.
She named her baby Chubbs.
God.
He's gonna need therapy when he's older. If it cries, I'll deal with it. Substitute the x-ins into x1 and x2. That's how you feed it. You just like prop up the bottle.
Well, I'm not supposed to, but it's okay. Well, what the hell are you doing? Well, it's okay. It'll be fine. It's not okay. No, it's not. Stop. It's not.
Substitute the given point into x and y. X-ints, x-intercepts,
After that?
into x1 and x2. Substitute the given point into x and y. Step 3, solve for a. And the last step, state the equation. What was that?
That means it's happy.
It just had a poop, didn't it? Totally sounded like a poop noise. I make that noise when I poop. What? Probably shouldn't have said that right into the microphone.
Now it's going to be on the internet.
Form number 2, you're going to substitute the vertex into P and Q. Then follow steps 2 to 4 above. Does it make noise 24/7?
It has like good and bad moments.
Have you had it overnight yet?
Yeah.
And?
It was like screaming at 3 minutes.
This is why I don't have children.
You know what? I'll be honest. I really wish I'd taken family studies last night. I would have loved to.
Oh my God, it's got a little bunny hat. Just changed the diaper. Told you it was having a poop. It's a girl, in case anyone wanted to know. Number 1. Equation of the parabola. X-intercepts 1 and 7. Passes through the point 316.
Oh, anytime now.
Form 1 or Form 2? Form 1 or Form 2? How do we know it's Form 1? X1 is going to come from the first intercept, which is given as 1. X2 is going to be from the second x-intercept, which is given as 7. The two x's are going to come from the x-coordinate of the given point, which in this case is 3. And the y value is going to come from the y value of the given point, which is 16. A will stay as A, and that's our first step, is to figure out what's the width of this parabola. Just like last semester, you would have used the 2 points to find m, and then you would have stuck m in the point into y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Do you kind of remember that? Doesn't matter. Same process, we're just bringing it to a parabola. So I'm going to have 16 equals a, open bracket, 3 minus 1, close bracket, and the second binomial, 3 minus 7, close bracket. Now it's bed mass. What do I do first at bed mass? Brackets. 3 minus 1? 3 minus 7? Now I'm going to do this 3 multiplication, so an a times a 2 times a negative 4. How do I get the coefficient by its, or how do I get rid of the coefficient? A equals? A is the width. So now we know the direction and the width of the parabola. The last step is just to restate the equation. So going back to the first step, I'm now going to put in A, which is negative 2, and I'm going to put both the x-intercepts, which were 1 and 7. That's it. That's finding the parabola that has that vertex, or those x-intercepts, and goes through that point. Waiting. The A and the x-intercepts. X and y stay as x and y. Other questions? Try number 2 by yourself. Give you a couple of minutes. Why did I pick this form? Where does it say x-intercepts in the question? Zeros. And what are some more synonyms for x-intercepts? It could be x-intercepts, could be zeros. Solutions or roots. Roots, x-intercepts, zeros, solutions all mean the same thing. What would you like to put in place of y? What would you like to put in place of a? Trick question, good job. What would you like to put in place of x? x1? x2? Brackets first. Are those drinking noises? That says 40A, but kind of doesn't look like it. A is going to equal negative 3 halves when we reduce. Confirm. Okay, what do I do with that?
Y equals negative 3 over 2 bracket x to 42 bracket.
Does it matter what order I put in the x-intercepts? Questions? No, we'll do it together. Just waiting. There's a few people still writing, so I'm kind of listening to the baby.
I have an
I have no maternal instinct, nothing. Like, I think I would eat my young, I'm pretty sure, because I just have nothing. Like, no TikTok, no, nothing. Probably, yeah, I just have no maternal instinct. Like, I can't even keep a plant alive. Miss Engel has to come in to water my plant because I seriously completely forget about it. Like, I probably wouldn't even feed my dogs if they didn't, like, bark at me when it was 5 o'clock. I just don't think about it.
I probably as I've been told, and based on my own observation, apparently have a really high amount of level of maternal instinct for my age.
X and Y is going to be the same. It's going to come from the point. So reading number 3, what are we going to put in place for Y? And for X? -2. Only thing that's different from the last one is now we're going to put in the vertex for P and Q. So P is going to go in at -3, and Q is going to go in at 4. Okay, so instead of putting the x-intercepts, we're just putting the vertex in. So 1 equals A, 2 minus 3 squared, plus 4. Bed mass. Oh, is it -2? Yes, it is. Thank you. Bed mass. What do you want to do first? -2, -3. What do we do now after brackets? Exponent, 1 squared, times A. How do I solve for A? The last step is just grabbing the first step and putting in our A and our vertex.
How long does that thing take for? A long time. Like, I was doing it for like 45 minutes now.
I'm just going to highlight the squared because a typical mistake with these is people forget that squared. And it's probably because you're so used to doing lines in your head that there isn't a squared in that. So just make sure with this form you're putting that squared in. Try number 4. What would you like to put for Y? What would you like to put for A? Oh, you can't see it.
Just A.
What would you like to put for X? What would you like to put for P? What would you like to put for Q? Brackets first.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah.
P will always be the X value?
Brackets first. And then 3 squared, we'll do in the same step.
Did you name your baby chubs like after this, or did you just look at? Or is it just going? What? Did you name the baby chubs like because of like the situation right now?
Because it eats a lot.
Oh, no,
Oh. Oh.
Well, like for a long time I wanted a pug, and I wanted to name it Chubbs, but I didn't get a pug, so I just named it Chubbs. And I guess it worked out.
Thank goodness that's out of your system before you have a real child.
Yeah.
Y equals?
We're naming my real child Chubbs.
Yes. Thanks. I was distracted by Chubbs. Confirm? Give me a thumbs up, side down. How you feeling on find the equation? Good. Read to read number 5, then highlight the most important parts. What would you like to highlight?
I feel like the f of x equation is probably flipped.
Probably. Functions usually are.
I don't really understand.
What is this question asking? Yeah, so if I were to plot these, would the parabola pass right through that point? You did the exact same question with lines. So we put this on an exam and it went horribly wrong. And we're like, why? So we just thought we would do an example. How do you find out if any kind of function passes through a given point? How did you do it last semester? Well, what did we do with the point up here? We substituted for x and y. Could we do the same thing here? Okay. F of x is the same as y, so the y coordinate of the point is? 4 is the x. How is this going to tell me if the parabola goes through the point? So I don't have a variable to solve for like I had in the last examples. How is it going to tell me? Yeah, if the two sides are equal, yes, it goes through that point. If the two sides are not equal, no, it doesn't. Okay, so let's bed mask the right-hand side. Conclusion? No, it does not pass through the point.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, me too sometimes. I had a hard time keeping up two lines here.
That's why it's good there's a video. You can rewatch it.
Sometimes before and even. Sometimes after and even sometimes before my left work.
Questions? Read to read number 6 and then highlight what's important. Well, we don't need a thing. I just have a thing, so I'm going to use a thing. What would you like to highlight? Okay, well, since it talks about a graph, you might want to start with a picture. Where's the vertex of this graph? What does the rest of the parabola look like? Did I do positive 3? Yes, I did.
Wait, and we just took that from the equation.
So ignore this guy here.
So flip the sign.
What does the rest of this parabola look like? So how can I graph it? I want to just draw a parabola. Okay, how skinny? What the who? What? Okay, so I'm going to go 1 over and down 2, down 2, and then down 6, which is off my graph. How did we wahoo?
Oh. Did we do the 135?
Yep, and then times by 2.
By the nation? Okay.
We're good? What's this question asking for? No, I just like drawing parabolas. And it was good review. Okay, thoughts?
Find both side lengths and then probably get this theorem.
That's the long way to do it, but yes. But does your brain remember a formula from last unit?
I know there's a formula for
Yes,
distance.
something about distance. And it used to be up on my wall, but now it just has 4 tape marks because it fell off. So imagine up there beside midpoint, there's a formula for distance. Yeah, okay. Any recollection? Let's see if, as of 13 brains, if we can get this down. Oh, yes. Yes.
It's like, oh, x take away x, or x plus x1 or something.
No, x minus x1, you were right.
Take away x1 and then
Wait, I don't remember this formula.
Squared.
Oh, plus
And then y minus y1
oh.
squared. Which, if you didn't realize last semester, this is just Pythagorean theorem. This is just a squared plus b squared equals c squared. That's where it's coming from.
No, no way.
That's just Pythagorean theorem.
I don't remember this. I don't remember this formula from last unit.
No, last year.
Oh.
What are the 2 points we're dealing with?
Wait, is this on our formula sheet?
It's from last year.
so we need to like know this.
What?
Oh my god.
Well, we expect you to know how to add. You learned that before.
No, but we remember. I can't memorize these
Miss
things.
Thompson.
You should have been able.
Why not?
Well, why wouldn't you just not given out? We got on our formula sheets last year.
If I had my way, we wouldn't have a formula sheet.
I don't like your way. That's not okay.
I don't use a formula sheet.
I have a question. When are we gonna get like an exam review?
No, I figured we would just do no review whatsoever.
No, but if we get this, are you gonna give us a list of like all the formulas that we each know that aren't gonna
Do you think I'm that organized to give you that?
Yes, please. You seem like organized.
What are the 2 points we're trying to find the distance between?
-3, and
Zero,
-6.
zero, and -6.
Okay, so x. Doesn't matter which you use first, because I wrote this one down first. I want to use it first. So -3 minus 0 squared. And
-6 minus 0.
bed mass.
-3 squared, which is 9, and -6 squared, which is 36.
Confirm 9 and 36.
45.
Oh, but wait! Unit 2. How do we simplify radicals?
3 squared times 5. Pull 3 out. 3. At least it wasn't going to get harder.
From the vertex and the origin. Questions?